Welcome back to Elevation Perspective. My name is Mark, and today we're discussing Cody Bellinger back to the New York Yankees. Wednesday afternoon, the Yankees and Cody Bellinger finally agreed on a 5-year, $162.5 million contract after a long offseason of negotiations. The Yankees' offer to Bellinger was very public the last few weeks, which was kind of weird, but it seemed like the Yankees leaked out that number to put pressure on Bellinger and his camp to make a decision. Scott Boras was pushing for a 7-year deal for his player, but it kind of feels like, to me at least, when the Mets made the trade for Luis Robert the night prior, Scott Boras and Cody Bellinger lost all their leverage and agreed to the 5-year deal. Bellinger had a great first season with the Yankees, batting .272 with 29 home runs and an .814 OPS while playing great defense. Looking at the Yankees' projected lineup, it is the same as it was last year. It's Grisham, Judge, Bellinger, Rice, Stanton, Chisholm, McMahon, Caballero, and Wells. It's very left-handed, but still a very solid lineup. I have felt throughout this process that a 5-year deal is more than fair for Cody Bellinger. We kind of know Bellinger is not a sure thing at this point. He's had a very interesting, polarizing career. He once looked like one of the best players in the entire sport when he came up with the Dodgers. He even won the MVP award back in 2019. After some injuries, though, his career has taken a different shape. Just in the last 4 years, he was non-tendered by the Dodgers, and he was salary dump traded to the Yankees for Cody Poteet just this time last year. That's Bellinger's past 2 teams wanting to get rid of him and not caring about the return twice in the last 4 years. This was a player that I was very concerned about how he would perform if he was not a Yankee. I thought for a team to commit long-term to a guy with his player profile and his long list of question marks, that would have been incredibly dangerous. But for the Yankees, I do believe Cody will be a very good player. He thrived in Yankee Stadium in his lone year in the Bronx. Most lefties see a boost after joining the Yankees, but Cody's was very extreme. At home, Bellinger batted .302 with 18 home runs and a .909 OPS. While on the road, Bellinger batted just .241 with 11 home runs and a .715 OPS. Seeing how well he did at home, I think it was a perfect logical fit to keep him in the fold long-term for the Yankees. The Yankees have been pretty quiet this offseason, really only bringing back their players from last year. With the exception of trading for Ryan Weathers, they've so far brought back Cody Bellinger, Trent Grisham, Ryan Yarbrough, Tim Hill, Paul Blackburn, and Ahmed Rosario. We anticipate Cody to be very impactful. Grisham had a great year, then accepted the qualifying offer, but the rest of this group are very unexciting depth pieces, and they were all on this team last year, as I previously said. Are the Yankees just running back the same team? If that is the case, I think that's kind of a problem. We are toward the end of the offseason now. There's not a lot of big difference-making players out there. I don't really like the bullpen with the exception of David Bednar. I know Camilo Doval was a big pickup, but he didn't pitch well for them. He's pretty erratic throughout his career. I feel like they should definitely add one strong, reliable arm in the back end, but that's probably a trade at this point. I don't really see any big relievers out in free agency anymore. Also now, what happens with Jason Dominguez? He was hyped up as one of the most elite prospects in baseball for years, and he has shown flashes of being a real player throughout his short career. He has defensive problems and struggles versus left-handed pitching, but at age 22, it really feels like he needs to play and not be a fourth outfielder. Maybe they're assuming that Stanton will miss time and Grisham likely will regress from his career year, and that will just kind of work itself out. That's the way baseball goes, but I feel like the Yankees should move Dominguez if they're not going to commit to him. He should, in theory, still have trade value at such a young age with many years of control left. The Yankees definitely have a good team. They just won 94 games last season, but they were eliminated in the division series by their rival Toronto Blue Jays pretty handily. Since then, the Blue Jays added Dylan Cease, Cody Ponce, Tyler Rogers, and Kazuma Okamoto. Now, they did lose Bo Bichette and some other lesser pieces, so maybe it's not fair to say the Blue Jays got better, but they're certainly adding pieces to their mix that were just mere inches away from beating the Dodgers in the World Series last year. Also in the American League East, the Baltimore Orioles certainly got better, adding Pete Alonso, Taylor Ward, Ryan Helsley, and Shane Baz. They're also linked to Framber Valdez and a few other starting pitchers, so they might not even be done adding. I think you can also probably count on some sort of bounce back from the likes of Gunnar Henderson and Natalie Rushman, the two kind of franchise players of this team, who both had a down year in 2025. Then the Red Sox, they've been pretty busy as well, adding Ranger Suarez, Wilson Contreras, and Sonny Gray. They did lose Alex Bregman, but that's definitely more coming in than going out. And they will also have a full season of their top prospect, Roman Anthony. All that to say, I do worry that the teams around the Yankees are getting better, while the Yankees are kind of just standing pat with their good team, just 1 year older. I guess Garrett Cole is the wild card here. He's coming back from Tommy John surgery. He'll likely join the Yankees in May or June. If he's vintage Garrett Cole when he comes back, this Yankee team is a World Series contender for sure. But if he's not, and I'm not sure that's fair to expect at all coming off a major surgery at age 35, I don't know what the ceiling for this group is. With spring training right around the corner, it's going to be really interesting to see if Brian Cashman has another move or two up his sleeve to get the attention and the target back on the Yankees in the American League East. If you like this video, please hit subscribe. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.